One Piece's power system really is special. Oda's creativity knows no bounds when it comes to creating new, wacky devil fruits for characters to face the Straw Hats with. In the last 200 chapters alone, we've gotten 2 Logias of elements I didn't even know counted as elements, and a plethora of zoan-type fruits of animals I hadn't even heard of. So as we continue to delve further into the final saga of One Piece, today we are going to count down the top 5 most anticipated devil fruits left to see in the story. But before we start, these devil fruits are complete speculation on my part, so leave a comment what you think the 5 most anticipated devil fruits will be moving into the final saga of the story, and while you're down there, leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Number 5, a flying devil fruit. In Alabasta, we were told that there are 5 flying devil fruits in the entire Grand Line, and having one of those devil fruits is extremely overpowered in the pirate world because you can fly above the sea. Now, although there are plenty of devil fruits who can actually fly, like Logia types or Buffalo's propeller fruit, I think the 5 devil fruits that were being referred to here are 5 zoan types of animals that can fly. We've of course seen Pell, who is a falcon, Marco, who's a phoenix, King, who's a pterodon, and Kaido, who is a dragon, but we are missing a 5th animal to fly with a devil fruit. So number 5 of this list is going to be the 5th flying devil fruit. Whether or not it's something simple like a hawk, or if it's a crazy mythical creature similar to Marco's phoenix, I am not sure, but number 5 will belong to this mysterious 5th fruit. Manga spoilers incoming for number 4, we have Fenrir, the mythical zoan wolf fruit. The Straw Hats are currently in Elbaf, a land based heavily on Norse mythology, and it is said that Loki has an extremely destructive devil fruit that is legendary and passed down through his royal heritage. When we see the location of this battle where he stole this fruit from his father, there is claw marks all over the throne room, seemingly marks of the battle. Because this arc is heavily based in Norse mythology, and Loki has this legendary devil fruit, I do not think it's a stretch to say that Loki has the legendary mythical zoan, the Fenrir wolf fruit. This would also make plenty of sense because of the binding of Fenrir, an event that happened in Norse mythology, being similar to how Loki is binded up to the Atom Tree right now. We also know Oda loves his zoan types, considering all we got in Wano with the Beast Pirates was these types of devil fruits, so I wouldn't say it's a surprise that we would get another one in Elbaf. At number 3, we have a devil fruit belonging to a character, and that is Dragon's potential devil fruit. It has been theorized since chapter 100 that Dragon has some kind of air or weather based devil fruit, and I think the fandom is itching to know what it is. Because the last 2 Logias we got were a little wacky when it comes to elements, I would not be surprised to see that Dragon has an air Logia, because we haven't gotten a pure elemental Logia in a very long time. But it's also possible that Dragon's fruit is weather or wind based and is a paramecia instead of a Logia. After all, if he's the one that caused the lightning strike to save Luffy in Logtown, it couldn't be an air Logia. That seems like way out of the scope of its abilities. This fruit would have insane practical use in the One Piece world, such as pushing your boat forward faster in the wind in your sails, or even flying above the blue sea and being immune to the devil fruit user's curse. This fruit also fits Dragon perfect thematically, for he is pushing the winds of change and revolution onto the world with his revolutionary army. Just the fact that this fruit belongs to Dragon alone puts it at number 3 on this list, because as a fandom, we are waiting for the reveal of what the last member of the Monkey D family can do, and we know he is sure to be strong. For our last 2 picks, there will be manga spoilers, so if you're not caught up to the manga, now's your chance to click off the video. At number 2, we have a devil fruit that would change the entire scope of the story, the human fruit with a different god than Luffy has. Luffy has the human fruit model Nika, turning him into the rubber sun god we know and love, and we also know that Sengoku has the human fruit model Buddha, so there are different gods in the One Piece world that fruits can be based after. Because Luffy is the sun god, I do not think it is a stretch to say that one of his opponents in the future will possess a human fruit with the model of something like the moon god or the devil god. Very obviously, this fruit would either belong to Blackbeard as his 3rd devil fruit, a zoan to match his Logia and Paramecia, or it would belong to Imu, who is potentially the final villain of the story. Whichever villain has this fruit would perfectly match Luffy in a fight, because they would be the literal antithesis to his powers, 2 gods representing light and darkness going at each other. So far, I think the likely candidate for this fruit is Imu, because of the glimpses we've got of Imu's power, it seems like there is some kind of shadowy void aspect to it, which could really only be explained by a mythical god's powers. Imu also seemingly lends their powers to the Gorosei, and this is also something I think would only be possible if Imu has a legendary god devil fruit, or is just a legendary god themselves. Regardless, I think it is unlike Oda to introduce the concept of human-human model god fruits if it was just going to be Luffy and Sengoku. I think it is assuredly going to happen that one of Luffy's future villains, either Imu or Blackbeard, will possess a fruit like this. And finally, at number 1, a fruit that would break the concept of devil fruits at its core, the Umi Umi no Mi, or the CC fruit. Many people have theorized that Imu actually has this fruit because Imu spelt backwards is Umi, translating to sea in English, and now after Egghead Island, we know that Imu is the reason why the water levels in the world are rising. We know that the water levels in the world are rising because of Imu's access to an ancient weapon, but symbolically it would make a lot of sense for Imu to be raising the ocean levels and eradicating the world as the owner of this CC fruit, making the world into their ideal domain as this devil fruit user. Obviously, it goes without saying that this fruit would be insanely overpowered because you just have the innate ability to counter any devil fruit user with the touch of your hand. Similar to how Blackbeard can suck devil fruit users' abilities out of their body with his dark fruit, this user would just be untouchable. Whether it is a Logia or a Paramecia, I'll leave up to your imagination, but the power to put seawater onto any of your enemies just makes you absolutely invincible to the characters in the strongest echelon in the story. It would also be pretty fitting for a villain to possess this fruit, because it means you would have to have an exorbitant amount of haki to counter it because you could not rely on your devil fruit. And we know because of Kaido, someone like Roger brought the world to heel only because of haki, so it would force Luffy, or whoever goes against this character, to train their spirit and win on haki alone, instead of relying on a power given to them, which fits pretty well with the shonen aspect of One Piece. Again, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. While you're down there, let me know what you think of my 5 picks, and let me know what your 5 picks are of devil fruits you think we're going to see in the final saga of One Piece. Thanks for watching, and until next time.